Hey, so our boy DeMar DeRozan had a sit down with Lou Williams in which he talked about what his upcoming plans are. And if this is true, this could be great news for the San Antonio Spurs.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so this clip is not that long. It's about 40 seconds long, and I just want you to listen to the words in which DeMar DeRozan spews, okay? It is a beautiful thing. Straight out of Compton. You love to hear it. All right, so before we take a look at that, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Guys, I know a few people have asked me, like, my personal picks or what am I betting on for the specific games, and I just want to say that BetUS, if you head on over to their YouTube channel, BetUS TV, there's a plethora of different conversations that they've had when it pertains to their own predictions, their own picks, and it can give you a better insight. And if you have no urge at all to get on BetUS, that is totally fine. Using my link, that is totally fine. But at the very least, it's some really good content. So just go to BetUS TV, and you can actually scroll down if you want something more specific. You got NBA's picks and predictions, college ball. I know we care more about the NBA here. And you click there, you can follow this channel as well. Subscribe to this channel as well. And it's really great stuff. Just overall good discussion. So go check that out. All right, let's take a look at what DeMar DeRozan had to say. Oh boy.
I got a couple questions for you. I know you're going into free agency this offseason. What's the vibes like in Chicago? Are you holding your cards close, trying to see how it play out, or is there somewhere you would like to return back to?
It's definitely, somewhere I like to return to. I think more so than anybody. When the job ain't done with me, Lou, no matter how tough the situation may look, I'm one of those guys that try to stick it through and try to make something out of nothing. The city is great. I love the city. The organization been great. So it's definitely a place I would love to return to and just, take care of unfinished business.
All right, so he just blatantly said, he didn't even put another team out there. He just blatantly said, more than anybody, I don't know if he was pertaining to saying himself that he's more than anybody wants to return to certain situations. I'm pretty sure he was saying, I want to go to Chicago more than any other team. I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. So he's blatantly saying, I don't care what Chicago does. I want to return to Chicago. Now, I've seen quite a few Spurs fans say that they want DeMar DeRozan back. Like, oh, it'd be so great if DeMar DeRozan's back. I think now that we have Wemby, it's cool that we can have these discussions and, no one's going to be too heated about saying, oh, this player should come back, this player should come back or whatever. It's because we have that much flexibility with having Wembanyama, obviously, right? Obviously. But I don't think DeMar DeRozan going back to the San Antonio Spurs is helpful. I don't think that that's a good idea, especially since this upcoming draft, we're going to end up filling that position anyways. I just don't really see where DeMar DeRozan fits with this team, or because we really need guys to be able to open things up a little bit more. We need some consistent three-point shooters. I won't say DeMar DeRozan is necessarily just ball heavy or anything like that. Like, he's a phenomenal player, very professional. He was great with the Spurs. I love him as a person. I think he distributes the ball well and everything, but I just feel like his role or what we would need from him, we're going to end up getting anyways, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to bring him to the team. I don't think he fits necessarily. Now, with that being said, the reason why this is great news is if you guys been paying attention to any Bulls fan, okay, any Bulls fan, I will say 100% of Bulls fans are irritated with the Chicago Bulls because they refuse to rebuild, okay? They just will not do it. And if he's this confident in saying, yeah, that's where I want to go back, hopefully Chicago Bulls also feel the same way. And if that's true, then in 2025, the San Antonio Spurs are looking pretty doggone good. We actually own Chicago's pick, protected 1 through 10, and if they do not rebuild and they bring back DeRozan, they just do a little bit better, be kind of a mediocre team, the Spurs could be looking at a pretty good pick in 2025 from Chicago, and that's what we wanted. We want that to be to be really great, be a really great pick. So it's just something that I think we need to pay attention to, and it's something that I think Also, we need to start giving a little bit of praise to Brian Wright. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and kiss his butt, kiss the Spurs organization butt, but guys, I am a Cowboys fan. Okay, I know how rough it can be. All right, to be a fan of a team and the front office just isn't doing what they need to do, like check their ego for the team to be successful. It's infuriating. Okay, it's absolutely infuriating. But I do not get that vibe from the Spurs. I think that they're very competent. I think that they are very thoughtful in their decision making, and this is showing true because this upcoming season 2025 is looking like an absolute monster for the San Antonio Spurs when it pertains to drafting. You have so much flexibility. You can trade away these picks or some of these picks, and even if you trade away 2 picks or three picks even in the upcoming like 3 years or whatnot, guys, you still have picks you can play with. Like it's very impressive with what's happening with the Spurs and everything. So yes, just hope and pray that DeMar DeRozan is, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's being truthful, but DeMar DeRozan does return to the Chicago Bulls, because that can look really good for the Spurs in 2025. Nope, not saying that he's trash, not saying that he is like the greatest player of all time, but I do think that it speaks to a mentality in Chicago if they were to decide to bring DeMar DeRozan back for another season. But just looking at the comments, just on this one post, it's only 91, but just glancing, he says, "I just want the Bulls to rebuild." Yep. That's every Bulls fan. Let's see. Just give it up, bro. Your team stinks. Come back and team up with Wemby. No, that is a bad idea. Actually, let's see what someone commented. Yes, sir. That's a terrible idea. Do not do that. That's not a good idea. The Wizards will take you. W. We knew this. Great leader. Don't want them. What's the unfinished business? DeMar, would you go back to Toronto someday? Maybe in your retirement year? Hey, Kendrick already talked about this, all right? Kendrick said he's happy that he's no longer in Toronto, all right? So let's keep that how it is. What unfinished business? Does he mean NBA Finals? Yeah. It's very strange, very strange. Anyways, I would get with you guys later. Great stuff there. But once again, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.